Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Officer Gamer channel, where here you have the right to game on. Hey, guys, what's going on? Yeah, this video today, I'm not going to be reviewing any video games. I'm going to tell you on how I became a police officer. Good friend David, he asked me, he was like, hey, man, well, what's your full story on how you became a police officer? I told him, I said, well, I'll just make a YouTube video because a lot of people wonder how I became a police officer and everything, so I just thought I'd share my story. And real quick, before we get into it, I'm going to talk about my belief in God and stuff and how that helped me out. And if you don't want to go down that road and hear it, you can click off the video. But anyway, yeah, let's jump in. We're going to start off back in high school. I was in high school, I was a class clown pretty much. I was a goofball, like the superhero guy. I was into superheroes before it was cool. I don't care what anybody says. Anyway, I was goofy, I was wild and everything. And senior year rolls up, and I had no idea what I wanted to be when I grew up. I mean, when I graduated. A lot of people already had plans and stuff. I had zero. And so I told my parents that, and they took me to a one-day class thing, and it was just a class to help you figure out what you wanted to be as a career and everything. And it was like an 8-hour class. Like, they did tests on you and stuff and asked you questions. And at the end of the day, you would take a test on the computer. And then I took the test, and it popped up with 3 career choices. Third one was a police officer. I immediately said, nope. Like, I didn't like cops. I respected cops, but I was like, man, kind of like people now still today, like, oh, all cops are bad. Yeah, they abuse the badge. They ruin people's lives. Blah, blah, blah. I had that mindset, so I said, police, peace out. Nope. Number 2 was a firefighter. I said, okay, a firefighter, that's cool. I love to do that. Then I looked into it and realized that it's not like on TV. Firefighters, they just don't fight fires every day. Their main thing that they do is EMS stuff. And that turned me off, not because of blood and stuff, but it's just the whole learning about the human body and this part, and if somebody's having this problem, this is what you need to do, blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to do that at all because I just wasn't interested in that. And then the number 1 choice that it had for me was a kindergarten teacher. I said, boom, that's it. I'm going to do that because I love kids. My childhood was the best time of my life. Like, I still remember my teachers. I still talk to them to this day. My kindergarten teacher, Miss Harness, Miss Childers, Miss Esteve. Like, they were great teachers, and I loved them. And I was like, yeah, well, let me be like them. I could teach these kids to build them up to have good character, And I said, yeah, that'd be a great idea. That'd be a fun job. And so I go to a community college, and I started doing all that, and my grades were slipping in math, and it wasn't because I hated math, and my grades were slipping, and then I turned 21. I started partying and stuff with my homies and everything, like partying a lot, and I was just like, ugh. And then it was 2014. I go, I'm working out at the gym. Even back then, I was still like a $115 because I would work out, but I would lose all my muscle mass because I would be partying all the time. So it was just useless. And there's a guy up in there, Troy, and he said, hey, man, yeah, I met your dad the other day, blah, blah, blah. They're both preachers. I said, yeah. I was raised up in the church, Christian and everything. He said, okay, cool. Well, I'm the pastor of this church over here, and next week we're going to have a guest speaker. You should show up. I said, okay, cool. Yeah, bring the parents. I said, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll do that. And so the next week rolls around, and the day of the service, homeboys hit me up. Hey, man, there's a party going on. Let's roll. I'm like, okay, yeah. So I tell my parents, I'm like, yeah, I got something I got to do. I can't make it. And they looked at me. They're like, well, he's your friend. He invited you. And I said, yeah, I won't be able to make it. And they both looked at me, my mom and dad, they looked at me with disappointment. And something was telling me to go. And I said, okay, forget the party. I'll go. Whatever. So I go to the church and service starts. Guest preacher, he's preaching and everything. And he's like, this was February. And he's all like preaching and stuff. There's like 50 people up in the church. And then he stops preaching and walks up to me. And he said, young man, God's telling me right now that somebody is going to walk into your life. I believe they've already walked into your life, but they're going to change your life forever. I don't know if it's a male, female, or a group of people, but God's telling me somebody in just a couple months is going to impact you and change your life. And you're going to wonder, how in the world did you get to the position you are in now, to the position you will be in? But you have to be ready up here. And he points at his mind, and he says, God's telling me, mentally you have to be ready, and physically. And I said, whoa. And he said, it'll just be in a couple months. That's what he said. I said, okay. And it hit me. And so I was like, whoa, whatever. That happened in February. So I start working out and stuff. I slow down on the partying. I get to reading the Bible and stuff, get closer to God. And so I go into work one night. And let me tell you guys, I had 3 jobs. I was working at Papa Murphy's. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not ashamed. I was working at Papa Murphy's, dancing in a pizza suit. Liberty Tax Service during tax season, as I dressed up as Lady Liberty. Everybody called me Afro Liberty Guy because I had an afro and I was screaming, and then I was a server at a restaurant called Beauregard's. It's a wing joint. So I go into work one day and my regulars are there. Joseph, Kim, Charles, and Larry. And regulars are people that come and request you as their server all the time, if you guys don't know. And so, yeah, I was serving them, and a family comes in, and I kind of seen the family before, but I never really talked with them. I was like, okay, yeah, hey, you guys, what's going on? And then I'm complaining to my regulars about my situation in life and stuff. And then the family that was sitting behind them, I start talking to them, and someone told me to talk to the guy, and I just said, forget it, I'll do it. I said, hey, sir. He's like, oh, yes, sir. Yeah, everything's great. Food's great. I said, I've seen you before somewhere. Where have I seen you? Because you came in here a couple times. And he said, oh, I'm the chief of police. Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome. Well, let me get your discount. Well, you don't have to do that at all. I said, no. You're the chief of police. That sounds like some tough work, man. I'm going to give you a discount. He said, okay. And so his family left. He left me a good tip and everything. They left, and then I'm in the kitchen getting some food ready, and then I bring the food out to a different table, and then he's waiting for me. He came back inside and said, well, here's my card, if you're interested. And I looked at it, I said, chief of police. Is this the guy that preacher was talking about? Is this... I think it is. I think this is... No way. Because this happened, like, the preaching was in February, and this was in April. And I was like, okay, well, I got it. Forget it. I'll do it. And so I applied and everything, did the physical, passed that because I was working out great. And then I did the interview, and then boom, I got hired. And I've been a police officer for 9 years. And what's funny is you go through a police academy. It's like boot camp. And I was working out like you had to run and stuff and do push-ups. And it was 4:30 in the morning. We were all doing PT push-ups. And it's 30-something degrees outside, freezing. And the drill instructor guy's yelling at us like, "Get on the ground!" And that entire time I was thinking what that preacher said. you're going to wonder how in the world you got from the position you are now, dancing in a pizza suit, serving chicken wings, to the position you are in now, doing push-ups, getting ready to be a police officer. And that happened in a span of like 4 months. I got hired in July. So from February to July, my entire life changed. And that's it. Yeah, I've been a police officer, like I said, for 9 years now, and it's changed my life for the better. So, I give God all the glory. But yeah, guys, that's the end of my story. God bless you guys. Be safe, and always watch your six. Peace.